Wow. Carnival Corporation just had a year that's absolutely one for the record books. So we're going to dive into their 2025 earnings, and believe me, this isn't just a bunch of dry financial figures, it's a really fascinating story about a giant company riding a historic wave of success.
To put it as simply as possible, Carnival just wrapped up the single most successful year in its entire history. We're talking record-breaking results across the board, and it all points to one thing: a massive, and I mean massive, surge in demand for cruises.
And here it is. This is the number that has everyone talking. $3.1 billion. That's the company's adjusted net income for the year. Just a truly staggering figure that sets a completely new high-water mark for them.
Right, so you have to wonder, how in the world do they pull this off? Is this all just pent-up demand finally boiling over, or is there a much bigger strategy at play here? And maybe more importantly, what does this tell us about where the whole cruise industry is headed? That's exactly what we're going to break down.
Okay, first up, let's really get a sense of the sheer scale of this financial performance. Honestly, the numbers themselves tell such a powerful story.
And you know, Carnival's own words kind of sum it up perfectly. A strong finish to a record-breaking year. This clearly wasn't some happy accident. The company knew it was riding a huge wave, and they finished strong. Now, here's a number that might fly under the radar, but it's absolutely huge. Over 13%. That's their adjusted return on invested capital. You know, seeing a number this high, the best it's been in nearly 2 decades, is a massive signal of just how efficient and profitable they've really become. And if you're wondering what that means, think of ROIC like a report card for how well a company is using its money and its assets to make more money. So a high number like this tells you Carnival isn't just getting bigger, it's getting incredibly good at turning its investments into actual profit. So we've established the year was massive. But why? Let's peel back the layers now and look at what was really driving this incredible performance.
Well, the story really starts with the most straightforward metric you can have: record revenues. It's simple. More money came through the door than ever before in the company's history.
Second, and this is key, record net yields. In plain English, that means they were squeezing more profit out of every single passenger. That's a sign of really strong pricing and people spending a lot of money on board.
And third, and this one is a huge signal for what's coming next, record customer deposits. We're talking about people's actual money put down for cruises that haven't even happened yet. It is the strongest vote of confidence you could possibly ask for.
And you can see right here just how much they blew past their own predictions. Just focus on that middle line, the adjusted net income. They were guiding for $2.3 billion and ended up delivering $3.1 billion. They didn't just meet their goals, they completely smashed them.
And this isn't some flash in the pan either. The momentum is carrying right on through. I mean, look at 2026. They're already about 2/3 booked up. And the really crucial part is that these bookings are happening at historically high prices and occupancy levels. The demand is absolutely on fire.
Okay, so with all this incredible news, you've got to ask, is it all just smooth sailing from here? Or are there maybe some storm clouds on the horizon that we need to know about?
To get the full story, you always have to look at the potential risks, right? Every public company is required to disclose them, and they give us a little glimpse into the challenges they might be facing down the road.
You know that section in reports called forward-looking statements? A lot of people just skip right past it, but you really shouldn't. This is where companies lay out all the what-ifs, all those external factors that are pretty much out of their control but could still affect their business. It's standard stuff, but it's super important.
So what are they watching? Well, Carnival points to some of the usual suspects for any big travel company. Things like geopolitical issues, surprise jumps in fuel costs, and cybersecurity threats. But they also mention competition, which is just a good reminder that even when you're on top of the world, you can't take your eye off the ball. These are the things they're keeping a close watch on.
All right, so let's bring it all together and look at what's on the horizon. When you combine this record-breaking year with those potential risks, what does Carnival's game plan for the future actually look like?
A big part of that future is, of course, the product itself. Check out the new Star Princess. Investing in these amazing state-of-the-art ships is just crucial for keeping the experience fresh and exciting for both first-timers and loyal customers.
But what's really interesting is that they're being super smart and disciplined about it. Get this, they're actually hitting pause on adding new ships for 20 months so they can really focus on maximizing profit from the ships they already have. Then, starting in 2027, they'll start adding new ones again, but at a very measured, deliberate pace. It's a really smart approach to growth.
And it's not just about shiny new ships. The quality of the experience is clearly top-notch, and they've got the awards to prove it. In 2025 alone, their brands raked in a whole bunch of awards for everything from best service to best itineraries. This is the kind of thing that builds loyalty and keeps people coming back for more.
Which really brings us to the big, fascinating question at the end of all this. You've got record-shattering demand. You've got a really smart, disciplined approach to adding new ships. And you've got strong pricing. All the pieces seem to be in place. So, are we actually watching the beginning of a brand new golden age for the cruise industry? I guess only time will tell.